Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and today I'm going to show you how to build a Badlands house in Minecraft. This is another episode of my tutorial series where we're building a house for every main biome in the game. Make sure you subscribe to catch any of the new builds that we do, and you can also find a playlist that will be linked in the description down below to find any of the biome houses that have already been done. Before we begin, I do just want to say that this house was inspired by a Mesa house I saw from Rod, so there will be a link to that video in the description as well, not forgetting the materials list of all of the items that we're going to need. That's down there too. The first thing we're going to do is place down these 7 oak logs in this layout here. You can use the stone blocks to count the gaps in between them. But once you have all of those placed down, these first 4 can be brought up by 8 more blocks for a total of 9 oak logs high, and the remaining 3 round the back of the build can be brought up by an additional 4 for a total of 5 blocks high. Just in case you didn't already realize, this is the front side of the house. Our main doorway is going to be going right here, so just think about that when it comes to positioning. But now what we need to do is actually start on this small section, so not the tall pillars, the 3 smaller pillars. And what we're going to do is start around the front, grab our oak logs, and from this pillar, we're going to go 3 horizontal across into the tall pillars from the second log downwards. So not the top log, the second one down. Then we can continue that on around here and connect up to this pillar and essentially do the same all the way around to this one. And lastly, we just need 2 more here. That will eventually connect to this part of the house. Now we can grab some terracotta, although it is worth mentioning you can use any type of terracotta you would like. If you want something a bit more colorful, please feel free. The only thing I would say is make sure you're using a different terracotta to whatever terracotta you're building on. So I'm on orange here, maybe don't use orange for the build, it might look a little bit strange. But for this one, we're using regular terracotta, and very simply, we just want to add a big ring around, leaving a gap for a window. On this 3x3, we're going to do the same thing again, except we're going to leave the bottom block empty too. Round this side, we're going to have a line all the way across the top, 2 on this side, 4 on this side, and leave this 2x2 hole. And for the final side round here, super simple, just fill it in with 6 terracotta. Now we're going to start on the taller section of the house. So beginning on the front side here, we're going to grab our terracotta and we're going to add in 7 blocks going up to this point right here where we have 2 oak logs remaining. And we can do the same on this side as well. We want to skip the first 2 blocks and leave them open for a doorway, place 1 here, then leave these 3 and place another one here. So we got a doorway and a window, and then just like we did over here, we're going to have some horizontal logs connecting one to the other. Coming round to the left hand side, we're going to do the same thing again and go up 7 blocks all the way on both of the sides. Then on this one, we're going to place 1 at the bottom, skip a block, place another, leave 3 empty again, and place 1 more at the top. Of course, not forgetting our 3 logs. And swinging back round to the right hand side now, where we have this section, all we're going to do is place 3 terracotta 5 times. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then on this one, we're going to leave the middle block open and place 3 once again and some oak logs. So just 1 window for this side. The back here is a little bit different. We don't have any windows, just 2 doorways. But what we're going to begin by is on these 2 blocks here. So on the right hand side pillar, we're just going to bring these all the way up to the same height as all of the other terracotta blocks. You can even go ahead and place in the logs now if you would like. And then on this side, we're going to leave 2 at the bottom, place a 3rd one, skip 3, and place 1 more. So we have a doorway here and a doorway on the bottom level. So that is the base shape of the house all done, but it's lacking detail, so let's get started on that now. Beginning with all of these pillars here, so for all 7 of our pillars that we've built, what we can do is add 2 more additional horizontal logs at the same level as all of these. We can place an oak trapdoor on the top block of the pillar, and then 2 oak fence gates underneath the logs like that, making sure they're facing inwards, not outwards like that, because we're going to fold them open against the log so it kind of looks like some supports. Then we can add some more floor supports, quote unquote, at the bottom here with 2 oak trapdoors, and we can go ahead and do that for all of the pillars. with the exception of this one here in the middle. So this tall pillar that's kind of going into this section of the house, you don't need the 2 trapdoors at the bottom, otherwise that's just going to take up interior space. So leave this bottom pillar blank. Another bit of detail we can add for the taller pillars, because they're still kind of lacking, is a couple of signs. So starting on this one, we can go down 1 block from the fence gate, skip it, and then down to this one, and just going to place 2 like that. Skip another block and just place 2 more. So essentially it's trapdoor, log, sign, log, fence gate. Pretty simple. We can do the same for this pillar too, as well as this one round the back. However, same with the oak trapdoors at the bottom. We don't really need to do it for this one, as it's kind of just going to get in the way of what we're doing at the top. So leave that one blank. This next part is super simple. What we're going to do for all of our horizontal logs, so on all 4 of these sides, as well as all 4 of these sides for the lower part of the build, what we're going to do is place 3 oak fences on top of them, then 3 oak slabs on the bottom half of the log like that, so connecting from these 2 jutting outwards, and then a button underneath all of those slabs. And we can do that for all 8 sides, all the way around, exactly the same. So now you should have a whole bunch of buttons covering your build, as well as the slabs and the fences. So now once you have that done, we can come up to this smaller section here where we're going to be making a small farming area. So starting on these 2 blocks here, we're just going to fill it all in with dirt, and don't worry, we will be covering up the underneath when we get to the inside, but for now just do that. And what we can do next is just temporarily break these 2 blocks here on the 5-sided section, as well as these 2 oak logs. Now those are permanently broken. We want to replace them with a water bucket to hydrate our crops, and of course go ahead and replace the logs back down horizontally. Then you can go around with your hoe and just till all of the soil and plant whatever seed you would like to, and in the process, probably not as quickly as mine is going to, your crops will grow whilst we're doing the rest of the build. With our rooftop garden done, the next step is to go around and detail all of the sides essentially. Starting on this front side here with the lower part of the building, and we're actually going to step inside first and just place an oak trap door flat against those blocks so it looks like this from the outside. Then we can place 2 coarse dirt and cover the 3 sides up with some signs and place something on top of it. You can, if you would like a little bit of pop of color, add some flowers there, but I actually quite like the dull tones of the fern and the dead bush. But of course it's up to you. Then coming round to this side here, super simple, oak stair and an oak trap door. Then we can do a similar thing round here, just with 2 of each. And then just beside it right here, we're going to have an oak fence and a lantern. And for the final side round here, just to fill in this bit of emptiness that we have, we'll have a barrel, a chest, and a chest for some outside storage. Now for the taller part of the house, you might need some scaffolding to do this, but we're going to start on this side with just 1 window, oak fence, with an oak trap door like that at the top, and leave it open or closed. It's up to you. I like it open. Then from around here, we're going to have an upside down stair at the top and 2 oak trap doors folded shut like that. Then we're going to have our doorway right here on this spot with 2 oak fences either side of it, and then just come around to the side here facing this way and place 3 campfires, and of course extinguish them with your shovel. And for the final side round here, we're just going to have a single oak fence once again, oak fence gate at the bottom here, and just open it on up, and we're going to have another campfire awning like this, extinguished of course. Then we're going to have for this 3 block gap, kind of like this, just opposite, flips upside down. So we're going to have a stair at the bottom and then 2 oak trap doors like that. We'll leave the final side round the back of the build for now and tackle it when we get to the inside, which is right now, because that is the exterior all done. The first thing we're going to do here is replace our floor with some sandstone, specifically red sandstone. Now I'm going to use slabs instead of full blocks just to save on some resources, but go ahead and get rid of all of the blocks here, as well as the one with the doorway. It's going to pop off, but it's fine. We can just replace it. And then we're going to fill the entire floor in with these red sandstone slabs. It's a very similar color to the orange terracotta that we had before, except it just changes the texture and brightens everything up a bit. So you can leave the orange terracotta, but I do think this is a slightly better option. Plus, red sand is never far in a mesa. As promised, we do need to cover up these dirt blocks with something that looks a little bit nicer, and super simply, we're just going to place some oak slabs underneath it. And there we go. Immediately, that is a great improvement. Now, how about getting upstairs to the second and the third level technically? Well, we're going to start with an oak stair right here just beside this window, then an upside down one placed on the back of it like that, and another stair like this. Then we can have an upside down stair towards this doorway with a regular stair and then another upside down stair. So we have a stairway going all the way up, and then we can just place 2 slabs here and 2 slabs here. You can place one here if you're on Java edition because you can crouch and actually dodge this block. But if you're on Bedrock, you're not going to be able to do that and you'll just get stuck. So maybe keep it, maybe don't. It's kind of up to you. But what we need to do now is coming up the stairs here, in this corner just beside our single window, is have a line of ladders going all the way up to the top of the house here, and on all of the other remaining blocks we're just going to place in some oak slabs so you can stand up here and get a lovely view of your surroundings. Coming back down the ladder, we just need to place a chain in the center of all of these slabs with a lantern underneath to nicely light up this room. And then to get up to our small farm, we can just simply put an oak stair here and walk on out and do some farming. Coming back in, that is the top level and this level all done. We can now head back down to the bottom one, and we're going to place an oak fence here in this corner with a lantern. And then just to make this wall a little bit more interesting and not have as much blank space, we'll stick a painting. For the final room through here, this is essentially where everything that's going to be useful is going to be stored, such as a crafting table over in that back corner, double chest beside it, and a single one on top for some storage. Just in case you need a little bit more, we're going to place a barrel over here with a single chest on top of that one. 2 furnaces beside it, and then a flower pot on top just for a little bit of decoration. And then we can go ahead and squeeze a bed into this spot right here with a painting just above it, or maybe an item frame with a clock or some other item inside. You can chop and change the details around, of course. So that, everybody, is the Badlands house all done. I really hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you ever so much for doing that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.